Hello and welcome to this first part of the new build series with Rye Field Models Tiger I late production. I'd like to thank all of my subscribers, current and new ones, for your support. It's very much appreciated, and I never in my wildest dream would have thought that I would get close to 150 subs on this channel, so thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. I hope you're all having a fantastic summer. Here in Sweden it's been really warm, with temperatures ranging from between 25 to 30 degrees, and for Sweden that is fairly hot, and 30 degrees, I think, if I do a quick calculation, is roughly 85-86 degrees Fahrenheit. So 75 to 85, let's say, it's been here in Sweden. So let's get into it and remove the plastic away. First step is to put some photo etch, and also this part that I have indicated with a pinkish color here. This one needs to be painted white, and all of the rest of this is to be painted wrought brown, except for the upper part of the side here and the wall, which will be creme weiss according to the sources I found. I will take a short break to sort through all the sprues, so I will put them in alphabetical order, and that way it will be much easier for me to find the K sprue when I need this part, and the H sprue, the D sprues. So I'll catch you in a second. So here we are. I have cut out all of the parts from the different sprues, mainly the photo etch ones, and then a few pieces. This one needs to be painted white, but I will have to try to paint that with a brush later on, as it's sitting down here where everything else is wrought brown. And I will most likely edit this out, putting all of the photo etch together, because I think there may be a few choice words that perhaps you don't want to hear. So I will record it, but unless there is something special I need to inform you about, I will most likely edit it out, and I'll be back once everything is put into the lower hull here. So I'll see you in a bit. So before we continue with this model, I'd just like to explain my thought process for putting this together. I did try at first to start with piece Y18 and attach these spars to that one, but it didn't work out that good, so I decided I'd start with piece Y7, which is the forward spar, and then I'd use piece Y4 and Y5, and this attaches to the innermost slot here. I actually did a mistake and placed piece Y4 in the outer slot, so I had to pull everything apart again. But if you put Y4 and Y5 in the innermost slots on piece Y7, at the end of Y5 and Y4 you have a little, what we call it, there's a little piece that sticks out here that fits perfectly into this innermost groove on piece Y8. So you can actually stick that one on here and then glue it from the back with some CA glue. And that way you get a small box containing of Y5, Y4, Y7 and Y8. And that starts to get fairly rigid. I then put piece Y18 and Y17 in the outermost slots on Y7 and Y8, and then I took piece Y9 and I attached it. And please be careful when you do this, because this hole here, this slot, needs to be on the right to line up with this part here. So make sure you get this one correct. And then you can put this piece, and again you need to make sure you put it the right way. As you can see, I put it the wrong way around. It needs to be turned 180 degrees. So these pieces, they don't match up here like it shows here in the diagram. And then before you add the photo etch to the hull, make sure you install piece K71, because it goes through the photo etch, and it's mainly this joint here where Y4 goes across this beam. That's the most critical part. And then you can add these two front pieces at the end. And also install these two, H30 and H29, before you glue this rear photo etch piece in, to save yourself some trouble. So that's it for now with that regard. Next up we have some Simmerit to go on here, and the fit is quite snug. And then we have the front pieces for the drive mechanism to go on here. You have this bracket here that goes on here. Once you've glued this in place, the U-nuts I will wait, or towing hooks I will wait to install later on. I have still not decided on how to paint the torsion bars, but I will get everything of this glued in except for the torsion bars, which I will paint separately and install once I have primed this and painted it in the rot brown color. So I will go ahead and glue that up, and then I will make sure to cut these parts off the sprue and clean them up so they are ready for installation as well. So I cut off all of the pieces here, and I noticed that in the instruction there's an error. This part is listed at K57. K57 is actually part of a radio, but I managed to find the part, and it's this one, and it was located at K75. So this small piece here is K75, not K57. I also managed to install this piece here, K15, and I put together these two, which are K75 and K32. I also put together this backrest for the radio operator. Then we have a couple of small pieces here. I glued together the ammo boxes that go on top of this shelf here. But these needs to be painted gray, all of these. So I will install this one and this one and this one, as they will be wrought brown. This one will be white and gray, white and black, cream white and black, so that one will be painted separately as well before I install it. And for the next step we have this one that I can install. This one I can install, as that will be painted cream white. This one I will paint separately, as well as that one. This one I can install. The seat needs to be cream white and black. This pedal is black. And then we're on to, yeah, like here you see, here's K57. This is all cream white and grey. This is black and grey. And then we're on to the transmission that will be painted grey. So I will install this shock absorber and this piece before I start priming and then painting the cream white on top of here, and then the wrought brown in the bottom. So I'll get those pieces cleaned up and installed, and then I will paint everything, and then I'll be back